Hey everybody, it's Friday, and guess what? Today's one a day. Healthcare is the disease. Understand something, okay? What we call disease out there are just symptoms, okay? Nobody's really getting to the true cause because we know that thoughts are the most powerful thing, and thoughts create things. And you have to understand, if you actually base healthcare on the medical system, then guess what? That is the disease. The disease is you're never going to be at ease, and until you take your power back. Look, let me give you an example. Okay, so today I talked to a patient, and this patient has been with us for about 7 months. Okay, and what happened is that she came to us, and she had rheumatoid arthritis, pain throughout her body. Okay, and her breathing was terrible, anxiety attacks. Like crazy. Oh, and also, this patient was on Coumadin for over 20 years. Do you know what Coumadin is? Coumadin is? That's a blood thinner, okay? And it's just 3 steps away from rat poison, all right? So I'm not telling you not to take it, okay? I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. But you know what? Did you hear what I said? It's 3 steps away from rat poison. All right, so she's getting her blood thinned out, and the doctors have had her on that for over 20 years. So anyways, so I was talking to her today, and she says to me, well, you know, Daryl, this cough I have, I'm still coughing, and I'm hacking up gobs and gobs of mucus, green and dark in color, and I'll be hacking all night. And I said, yeah, okay, so what's your point? She goes, well, my family told me that, you know, I've been hacking up for about 2 weeks now, and when is this going to be over? I said, you were on Coumadin for over 20 years. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to the store and get jelly beans the same size of the Coumadin pill. Then I want you to add up all the Coumadin that you've taken and put it into a jar. And you know what she said? I couldn't put it in a jar. It might take a 5-gallon bucket. And she's probably right. So think about it. 5 gallons of rat poison, and I'm not saying it's that big, but I need you to get this. And I said, as far as your family goes, they don't even know what the heck health is. So I'm going to stay on the phone here and talk to you about your family that's going to tell me about health when there's nobody else in your family probably that's healthy. And she goes, yeah, you're right. And I go, why are you even listening to them? And then she starts talking to me about her doctor. And then her doctor's telling her all this stuff that makes absolutely no sense. So understand, when you come from a platform of total untruth, and then you try to bring logic into that, you know what? It's just insanity. You know what? I tell people when they want to call up and keep me on the phone with about a 10-minute conversation that their doctor has sold them, I just go, I don't need to listen to this. I'm not listening to this. I'm not partaking in this insanity. I don't care. All right? Whoever said this, I don't want your medical doctor's name or whoever it is. They've got their head up their butt. And I'm not going to be on here for 10 minutes listening to something that makes absolutely no sense, because when you start from death and work backwards instead of looking for the cause and then giving the power back to a person and telling them that if they don't get nature back into their life, they're never going to get healed. So anyways, she wants to go on about her doctor. She wants to go on about her family. And I go, I'm not talking about them. Your family know nothing about real health. I said, I've been in this for 40 years and I'm just starting to get a handle on it, because that's how much the BS, dysfunctional belief system, is rooted in everyone. So I'm not listening to anybody's opinion. All right? And seeing that the average person lives the last 15 years suffering and in pain. And I said to her, so now you've been off your Coumadin, all right, for 2 weeks. Now, what do you think has happened to 50 trillion cells plus your poor liver over 20 years of taking Coumadin? And I said, look it, in 7 months, you've lost over 70 pounds. You have no joint pain, no muscle pain. And before, you didn't feel like living. And before, you could hardly even get a breath. So now you're off the Coumadin for 2 weeks. And I didn't tell her to come off. She said, what would you do? I said, well, I wouldn't be on it in the first place because your blood will never thicken up, okay, if you're not eating glicky, sticky foods. And if you're eating a high live enzymatic diet and you're doing like our FibroClear enzymes and you're doing curcumin cayenne and you're drinking structured water and you know what? And you have faith in your healing for the first time in your life and you're not stressing yourself out to beat the band, then you're not going to be dripping adrenaline and cortisol into you, recreating the acidity which creates the stickiness in your blood. Okay, so I said, okay, so it's been 2 weeks. So understand something. Don't bring your family into the conversation about your health because they know nothing about it. And as far as your medical doctor goes, you can talk to me about things that you learn, but don't try to engage me for 10 to 15 minutes, 20 minutes into something when you know that if you were to sit down and ask yourself if it even sounds logical, you would say this is insanity. Because why in the heck are we cutting into people when we don't have to? Why are we giving people drugs and we're calling it medication? It's not health. Why are you even taking something that's toxic and telling your body to shut up? I mean, you know what? This whole thing is insane, all right? And guess what? As a practitioner, I don't have to listen to the insanity. And if anybody out there wants to become sane, all right, I'm the guy that you want to talk to probably. I don't know. You can check out the library on my website and find out if I speak logic. And until you take your power back and understand that God Almighty created a body that's a self-healing mechanism, and if you want to listen to all these guys out here in the healthcare field, well, that is the disease, all right? Look at, if you got questions, you want to challenge me, next Thursday I'll be doing the next Thursday I'll be doing the Perfect Day Q&A. Come and challenge me with your questions. It's an 800 number. You don't even have to pay for the phone call. Or if you've got a question that nobody's been able to answer, I'll put some logic to it. All right? There's your challenge. All right? And check out my library. And every week on Wednesdays, I do a live show and I'm trying to teach you, not preach to you, but train you. God bless.